All right. Welcome out to another episode of the Pirates Cove podcast. This is episode 111. And this is the weekly podcast. It's Thursday where we bring in our athletic director, head football coach, Jacob Bible on the podcast. Coach, how are you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing well.
All right. Coach is coming back from a game. So he's going to be joining us on audio. So you won't be able to see him, but you can definitely hear him. So, Coach, we want to get straight to it. We've got a football game tonight. Our junior varsity gold team and green team play in Sinton. I will be out there to live stream the game. So if you can't make it out there, definitely support the Pirates through the live stream. But I believe, Coach, the gold team plays at 5:30, and the green at 7. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, Coach, I just want to get your thoughts. I really enjoyed the game. I know we recapped the week one already, but tonight's game, I want to get your thoughts on how practice has gone for our junior varsity as they take the field against Sinton. The JV Green had a really good game. It won it against a really good Miller team. I'm really looking forward to that game. Sinton 1-0, won their first one. The JV goal for the Pirates coming in also 1-0. It's going to be a great game, but just want to get your thoughts on how practice has gone and how excited are the kids ready to play tonight's game versus Sinton.
Practice has gone great. I love our attitude. All three of our teams, both JV teams and our varsity team, they just show up and work. And what I really loved about our JV Gold, I know they didn't do too well in that first game, but they came back and they wiped it clean and went right back to work. And so I'm really proud of them for doing that. Same thing with our green team. Even though they were successful and won and beat a good Miller team, they wiped it clean. They came back on Monday and just went right back to work.
And I tell you, the one thing we say here in Rockport, coaches, our kids, they never stop fighting. They fight all the way through, no matter what. And so I expect a good game tonight from both the JV Gold and the JV Green. So again, if you can get out there, first game starts at 5:30, second one at 7. If you can make it out to that short drive out and sit, and we definitely love to have you out there to support the Pirates. But if you're unable to do that, you can definitely catch the game on my live stream there. To be on GT Sports. You can catch that. I'll be live streaming both games. So it's going to be a good one tonight. I can't wait to get out there and watch some good football. Coach, now I want to turn it over to our varsity. We had our first game last Friday at Buck Stadium against Miller. Definitely didn't get the outcome we wanted, but I thought, Coach, that we did some really good things. I know Miller was coming in. They were bringing a lot of players back, especially on defense. We were starting up a new system, so we knew it was going to be a pretty tough game, or at least I did. But I thought we did some really good things. Traey Alvarado had some good runs, total of 58 yards. We had a touchdown pass to Dawson Phillips for 55 yards. Blake Garcia had a good 25-yard pass. So I thought we did some good things in that game that I think we can take over to Sinton. The blitz though from Miller, coach, just seemed like they were bringing the house every play. It was disrupting our passes. It was disrupting the run game, and we had a couple of turnovers that cost us. Just want to get your thoughts on just the overall performance from the offensive side, and what was Miller doing? How were they so effective with that blitz that we just couldn't? It just kind of disrupted our whole offense throughout the game.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's for them blitzing. Yeah, it was a big time issue for us up front. Like we just, you know, I wouldn't say it was a whole lot of what they did do, but it was a whole lot of what we just couldn't handle up front where we are right now. They're they're big, they're fast, they're strong. You name it, they're all three of them. So we couldn't handle all of that together, and they started blitzing right off the bat and really didn't stop the entire game. So it was kind of hard for us to, um, I guess, progress a whole lot in a lot of our areas just because of what they did all night long. So it was a tough game for us offensively.
Coach, I think we're probably not going to see that kind of speed again throughout at least the rest of the season. I mean, you're going to get some good offense, but the speed that they brought, probably not going to see that in the rest of the games that we play that's on our schedule, right? Maybe we get into the playoffs, you might see something out there, but I think that's about the fastest we're going to see. And I still think we did some really good things. You know, we got some good runs, especially in the second half. Whatever adjustments I think were made, we saw some big plays, some things that we could do that I think we can take over into this game and send that we'll talk about here in just a minute. Let's flip it over to the defensive side now, Coach, and of course the speed, the quarterback, what they were able to do to throw that ball. They had the time to throw the ball. And it was just hard for our secondary to cover them. But the one thing that was a little concerning was the missed tackles. And so I just kind of want to get your thoughts on defensively on what they were doing, that we were just having a hard time tackling them because they're very sneaky. I mean, they just kind of go left, right, and then they go to the middle, then they kind of run backwards. It's not easy to grab a hold of them. But what were they doing offensively that was giving us some problems on the defensive side?
Well, again, it goes back to them being big, fast, and strong that we couldn't handle. It wasn't, I mean, what they were doing a great job of, it was just throwing and catching the ball. I don't know if they had a drop ball all night long. And as far as missed tackles, I mean, hey, let's talk about speed. We just couldn't touch them. I mean, there was a few times where we could make contact with them, but when somebody can cut on a dime like they can, and like I said, we just couldn't handle it. You know, we haven't seen that speed, you know, up to this point. So when you get put in a game like that, and you're having to adjust, I mean, it's hard to adjust. And then as far as, you know, they were faster than us, and so we couldn't adjust fully to their speed. We just didn't have it.
Yeah, Coach. Sometimes you just got to go out there and do the best you can and play. And that Miller team is real explosive. I had actually talked to a guy prior to us playing. They had scrimmaged Ingleside, and the guy gave me some. You know, he kind of talked to me. He was at that scrimmage. He said, "Listen, they scored 5 touchdowns in that live quarter in against Ingleside." He said, "We just could not get nothing going." So it's a team that's very explosive out there. They've got weapons, and they're going to be a tough team to beat this year. Now, moving forward, we got a game tomorrow night on our home court, on our home field here with the new turf. So I'm excited about that. Pirate fans, please come on out tomorrow night here at Rockport-Fulton Pirate Stadium. Where we'll have our first game of the season at home against Sinton on the new turf. Please come out and support the Pirates. And again, if you can't do that, you can definitely support them through the live stream. But Coach, we've got Sinton. It's always a good rivalry between Rockport and Sinton. The past couple of years, it's been great. I mean, it goes back and forth, back and forth. Just your thoughts on what we're going to have to do to win, to get that W against a Sinton team that you know they're kind of on the defensive side. We had Coach Troutman on last night on the other podcast, and he's got 4 guys returning on the defensive side, but offensively they've got weapons on the outside. Probably not as fast as Miller, but they do got weapons on that outside. They got a running back that scored. I mean, they gained 190 yards against Gabriel's defense. What do we have to do to get the win over Sinton tomorrow night?
Yeah, like you said, they got a couple of receivers that are pretty good. They don't drop very many footballs, and so that makes them pretty dang good. You know, as far as speed, we'll have to adjust to their speed. We got a couple things defensively, adjustments that we've been working on all week to try to get multiple hats around who they want to get the ball to. And then as far as their running back, he's a great running back. They're well coached up front, and they know their job, they know their responsibility, and they get after it. So we're going to have to match that and get after it up front with our front seven. But I mean, bottom line is we got to stop that run. That's what we have to do, and if we want a chance tomorrow night.
I think it's going to be a good game, Coach. I think it's going to be very competitive. It always is. And like I said, Pirate fans, come on now. It's going to be a good game. It always is. First game of the season here at home on the new turf. So I can't wait to see that. And I think it's going to be a great game. And they're bringing in a good team. We got a good team. And we're going to learn from some of the stuff that Miller did to us and make the adjustments that we need to. And I think it's going to be a competitive game. So we'll be out there early on there. And like I said, if you can't make the game, definitely catch our stream on GT Sports. You can catch the Rockport-Fulton games all season long on GT Sports if you can't make the game. Coach, I'm not going to keep you any longer. I know busy and you got to get back in the Rockport. So thank you very much for your time. This was a short podcast, but Coach, we'll see you at the game. I'll be there early. Maybe I can touch bases with you if I see you out in the field before game time, but we'll definitely be there live streaming the game. Have a great day, and thank you for joining the podcast.
Right. Yes, sir. You do that as well.
Thank you, sir.